Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I'm Hanya, your demonic cinephile. I'm not sure why I'm actually making this video. I, I'm not why I'm not doing it. It's just if you see right here, it's 1:30 a.m. where I am now. uh, I'm not sure why I'm doing this right now. I want to keep the movie in my mind before I lose it, because I saw this movie actually on Tuesday, which technically wasn't a long time ago, but I just wanted to talk about while it's a little bit fresh in my brain before I forget things. So yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines. The reason why I'm recording this so late at night, if you frequent my channel in any way whatsoever, you know I have a horrible schedule when it comes to wanting to record videos or stream, and lots of weird stuff has interrupted personal life. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines, saw it on Tuesday, and I loved it. I loved it. This is probably my favorite, or at least second or third favorite film in the franchise. I did rewatch all the movies except for the last one, but that one's still pretty fresh in my noggin. I didn't finish it, but I watched them all, and I didn't get a chance to actually just sit down and talk about them on the channel like I wanted to. But I do love this franchise. It's not my favorite. It's not like Jason or Freddy or Chucky, but I like it. I like them. There's something unique about them, terrifying. The fact that death is the actual villain of the movie. You can't really fight death. You can put death at bay. You can probably be clever and quick-witted, but you ultimately can't really win at the end of the story. Death is gonna come and bite your ass. You can take its design, or you can try to fight against it. But yeah, for this movie was a little different than what I thought it was going to be. I try to stay away from some of the plot synopsis, but from the subtitle Bloodlines, I was thinking we were going to get like descendants from past characters of other films, which we didn't get that, but we did get something that kind of connects the whole series together. So the film kind of starts off where you see in the opening, like one of the trailers, it takes place in the 1960s, when we have this cute couple that goes up to this very kind of like Space Needle-ish restaurant. The whole thing collapses because I love this. The bellhop, or the guy who operates the elevator, he even starts talking about like, yeah, this place is so cool. It's like 400 stories up in the air, and it's even was more amazing because the contractors, they got done with 4 months ahead of schedule. The last thing, I don't care what kind of movie this is, the last thing you want to fucking hear when you're going up in a tall ass building, that yeah, they finished it 4 months ahead of schedule. Isn't that awesome? My my little ass would have ran out the fucking door. I turned into the Flash. But you guys see a little bit in the trailer that the building goes down, everything bad happens, and of course, Final Destination, someone gets that premonition. But instead of being the premonition of the person who it happened to, we wake up in modern day with this girl Stephanie, and she's having this dream. She's been having it for 2 months. She goes to reconnect with her family, and she realizes that that premonition, that dream, happened from. I was going thing. It happened from her grandmother. Her grandmother was the opening woman in the 1960s, and now that death is finally working its way back to them. That this is the final destination, and there's a whole kind of plot. Not really plot. There's a saying. There's a what we're looking for element. There's something she says in the movie that the reason why they're only dying now is because of the events that happen of everyone that the grandmother saved back in the 60s. It created a whole branch of people who should never have been born, people who should never have existed, and death has been working its way to kill all of them off first. Now, I wanted to say, they never say this in the movie, unless there was a line that I missed. I wonder if they're trying to say that that's what all these movies have in common. That this event from 1969 was the original premonition, the original event that pissed death off so much it went on to create all these crazy, complicated deaths. And I wonder if all of the characters who died from the previous 5 films, I wonder if they have connections with the Iris, with the grandmother, and all that. That would have been pretty cool. I mean, you kind of see hints and nods to the older movies, so maybe that's what they're trying to show. Probably not, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that headcanon. In terms of character, I want to say this is probably one of the better movies because the Final Destination movies have some awful characters. I mean, the first 2 movies are excellent. Third movie, besides like the main girl, everyone else is just unbearable to me. Then movie 5, like I said, I haven't watched movie 5 in a while, but I only saw like the first half of it. Movie 5 is okay. Like the main horror group is okay, not special. Then you got movie 4. Movie 4, I love how almost universally fans and all, we can all agree that movie 4 is complete utter dog shit. But this one, I do like the cast of characters in the movie. They do feel fun. They feel genuine. They feel like an actual family. There's a joke about one character technically not being blood related to the Bloodlines. That was a very fun scene. I don't say no one really does have a big standout performance. Like the main girl, she is great, but there's nothing about her performance that made her truly kind of stick out. A little bit at the end there, a little bit at the end there. I think the one who sticks out the most is the brother that you see in the first teaser trailer, the one with all the tattoos and the nose ring. He really sticks out. Like he really shows a lot of personality where the others kind of don't. Another person who really shows a lot of personality is the uncle, or I guess one of the fathers of the families. I really liked that actor. How he how he kicked the bucket. Well, you kind of see in the trailer, and I can tell you who it was, but oh boy, he got it so bad. He got it so bad. According to Death's, I always I can say death, but when it comes to being a plural, I always get it wrong. Deaths. I can do it. I can do it. But overall, I won't say this. This is definitely one of the better kills I can say in the movies throughout the franchise. But again, I wouldn't say none of the movies have bad kills. All the kills are pretty good in all the films. Um, I'd say like the first and second movie have the most brutal kills, and there was one kill in here. Technically two. There's 2 kills in here that are particularly brutal, and boy, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. One takes place in the hospital, and good lord, the level of buildup, to the death, because the characters, I don't spoil it too much, but the characters are kind of know that someone has to die, that they're going to try to probably prevent their death, that they'll get what's the word I'm looking for, brought back because they're in the hospital, and then you start making all the bad decisions. One character takes too long. They go into this room with this certain equipment, and God, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It made me want to cry. It made me want to cry. I am glad I went to go see this in IMAX. Well, not technically IMAX is the theater I go to. Their version of IMAX. The freaks going outside? I don't know. That was so scary. Um, yeah, because the picture quality, it looks so good. It's so good. If you have the chance to see this on IMAX, if you can splurge a little to see this on IMAX, I do recommend to go see it in IMAX, or at least your theater's version of it. Everything else, though, like terms of quality, like picture, cinematography, music, all very good. Nothing to really stand out. The gore, though, like I said, the kills, gore, perfect. There's one character who gets trapped inside a vehicle of certain properties. I'm not gonna say what. And the end finale for their character. I almost squinched in my seat. I do say the ending of the film is kind of lackluster. Um, like not the actual climax of the film. The actual climax is pretty well good. It's a little stale at the very last minute of it, but it's serviceable. um, but like the final kill, like the final jump of the film, no, I don't like that. I thought it was a bad way to end the film. I did really do love the opening though, like the 1960s quality of the film. The you know me, I love period pieces. I love going back into a certain time period, and I love it. I really do love it when the film can convince me that it is that time period. And the movie was doing a pretty good job. I love the use of music, the costumes. Like a part of me really wished the whole movie took place in 1969 because I don't know, just it'd been different. The flair, the how characters would react to situations. It would just all been very, very different from everything else we've seen for this franchise so far. And that's really all I have to say without going into deep spoilers. It is one of the better Final Destination movies, but then again, all the movies aren't really that bad. Except for part four. Fuck part four. Um the deaths, fantastic. The practical gore effects, fantastic. The characters are I do like how they all interact. They do feel like a genuine family going through this awful weird tragedy. The main girl, she does great, but the script doesn't really give a lot for her character to stand out. Cinematography, perfect. Use of music, fantastic. The big dropper, I guess you could say, for this movie is you can kind of see it in some of the marketing, and if you've been on horror Twitter for the last couple days, is the final sorry, this final film appearance of the late Tony Todd. And if you don't haven't seen other movies for whatever reason, Tony Todd does appear in the other films. He appears in 1, 2, and 5, and he is like the character was always thought to be kind of like death, like a physical manifestation of death for the films. And this movie does give his character a bit of an origin story, and it kind of helps connect the bloodlines, kind of connects all the films together, which I do kind of like. And Tony, he looks so. I know, because whenever you think of Tony Todd, you think of the Candyman, Candyman, the Candyman, the Candyman, Candyman, said it 5 times, and you always imagine him being youthful and strong and scary but sweet. And you see him in here. You saw how old he was at the end of his life, and I started getting a little teary eyed just watching it. And the final monologue he gives at the end, that you can't really fuck with death because it's gonna come back and get you really really hard, and that you don't have a lot of years left. You should love and appreciate what you have, spend it with who you can. And apparently that line was not in the script, that Tony kind of improvised that final monologue. And I can't remember what he died from, but I kind of feel like he kind of knew it was coming for him. And it going off that that was non-scripted, it felt like he knew what it was coming for him. I can't remember what he died from, and it broke me for a good few minutes in the movie. It really did. Like wasn't bawling. I wasn't bawling my eyes out in the cinema, but I was teary eyed. I did a little clap in the theater, and it really did hurt just for a second, just to know that he is gone. And I don't really get a chance to go to conventions like that. I never got the chance to meet Tony Todd, but from every interaction I hear from people and this and that, he seemed like a genuine good man, just a good happy person. It's such a shame, but I hope he's at peace wherever he may be. The last couple minutes of the video got really dark and sad, didn't it? Yeah, but I just want to talk about the movie for a second. No real deep dive into whatever. Just my little thoughts and quick feelings. But yeah, if you do love the horror movies, if you do like this franchise, I say go check it out while you still have the chance in theaters. The movie does look fantastic, so if you do have the chance to splurge just a little bit, try to go see an IMAX. I think you might like it. I think you might like it. But I gotta go. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I got 2 other videos to record, so I'll see you all later. Have a good night, or evening, or morning, wherever you may be in the world. Bye bye.